Yeah, I know it's a late one. I had like the worst migraine on Thursday. What happened was my car overheated. Mine, not Missy's, mine. The one that hasn't really been too much of a problem this entire time. In order to keep the car from overheating, I had to blast the heat. And it was like 90 degrees on Thursday. And
because it's fall in Texas, y'all.
Because it's fall in Texas. So I definitely overheated in the car trying to get home, which meant I triggered myself into a migraine that lasted for 3 days. I was just like, and I tried really hard to power through because we did a stream that afternoon or almost immediately right after. Like I came home, I talked with my stepdad, and then I went upstairs and then we did some Graveyard Keeper. And then I think in the middle of Graveyard Keeper, I knew I was not good. And yeah, after the stream, I had to go and take some emergency medication for it. It was awful, you guys. It was awful. And I don't know, I haven't listened to that stream. I thought I was doing a good job like masking the pain or anything. So I don't know if you guys could have seen in the last stream or not, if I sounded okay or if my words were slurring. I was trying to stay upbeat. I was trying to push through it. It's thundering. Oh no. It was raining this morning for us, but I don't think it's thundering anymore. It kind of stopped around 5. And it was. I will go ahead and stop this music. We are listening to Rainy Day Musings. Yeah, full disclosure, because this isn't like a blind reacts for me and Missy. Missy and I have been talking about this probably all day today. So you guys just get to be a part of our conversation because we're not done with it. we need to pause and then just react because we're too like, I don't want to use the word worked up, but we keep like going back into the conversation and starting it over. And we were like, let's hold the phone and we'll actually do a YouTube video for this one. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is that because Uber Eats is basically our day job, we have a very, very unique perspective.
So, okay,
on the situation.
Let me go ahead and, I mean, we'll talk about it, but let me go ahead and switch us on over so that they know what we're looking at. We're here. This is the girl we're talking about. I don't know her name. Her name is not Renee. This is just somebody who put like all the videos together, which thank you so much, Renee, for putting the videos together. I'm not going to do the whole video because there's just certain things I want to talk about and certain things I don't want to talk about. So if you guys want to go see the whole video, I can post it in the notes below and I'll post it to the Reacts and Discord so you guys can see. But basically this video, another video, and the original video were officially taken down, and as of like a couple of hours ago, I cannot find her page. I don't know if that is because she's officially been banned from TikTok or not, and she had a second account. I can't find that second account. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, so this is a DoorDash girl, and so her main job is to deliver food. Pick up the food, deliver it to your door. Everybody knows Uber, DoorDash, everybody. Well, I don't know if everybody's ordered Uber or DoorDash, but you guys know how
similar.
It goes. Yeah.
Similar.
Or Postmates, when Postmates was the thing, you know. GoPuff. It's a delivery service. Anyway, so she's delivering food, and she walks up on the house, and it's a leave at door. And so she goes up to leave it at the door, and when you leave something at the door, you have to take a picture to prove that you left the food at the door. Now, again, we're talking from Uber experience, not really DoorDash experience, because Missy and I actually have never done DoorDash. But from what I understand, other DoorDashers have like...
Wait, didn't we try DoorDash for a hot minute?
No, we tried Postmates.
I could have swore
I signed up for DoorDash. I think we did it for like one day and moved on from it. I think we also signed up for Postmates, and we did that instead of DoorDash because I had the bag.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but we never did it.
I think it was because, and we were very turned off by the fact that you were stuck in one area.
Yeah.
And
Missy and I are adventurous spirits, and we like to travel. So it's okay. Anyways, so she walks up to drop the food off, and the door to the house is wide open. And she already has her phone out because, of course, you do. Girls got to be safe. And she goes to take a picture, but instead decides, because the door is wide open, to record or hit record. As far as I know, this is the information given to me. She hits record so that if something happens, she can send to DoorDash. Smart girl. And as she approaches, and you look in through, as she approaches the wide open door, there is a guy. And this is where the content warning comes in, you guys. So if you do not want a content warning, there's content warning of essay. There's content warning of discussions of essay. There's discussions of Missy, I'm drawing a blank. Say it again.
Indecent exposure.
Sexual harassment. Yeah. Okay.
A lot of very heavy things.
So this is your, I guess, trigger warning. If this isn't something you're interested in discussing, there won't be anything. I will cover up anything graphic, I promise. It's just discussions. But anyway, so she walks up to the door. I'm giving people time to leave. Okay, and as she looks into the open door, there is a man. He's clothed from the waist up, but from the waist down, all bare, all butt naked. And his pants are at his ankles with his socks. And underwear. And his underwear is at his ankles with his socks. And he is supposedly asleep. Okay? Now, I did find the original video. I will have to put my head over the video because this girl did not just send it to DoorDash to say, hey, this happened to me. But she also posted it on the internet. And so we're going to discuss it. How's that for an intro? Did I do it?
You did great.
I'm Monty.
I'm Missy. And Monty said it all.
I did, yes.
Your brain has recovered nicely from your migraine.
You think? Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to make myself bigger. Thank you. Because we're not about doxing anybody on the internet. Okay. And I'm going to put myself over here. I'm just going to put myself like right here. Okay?
Oh, so that we don't see her
yeah. Okay, and I may have to move it.
TikTok.
No, because we're going to move over here to the original video.
Oh,
and
okay.
Gotcha. I need to cover up like this part of the video because it shows his name, but it
Gotcha.
also shows his bare ass. So I have to
Gotcha.
cover it up.
I mean, the guy does have his head floating there too.
Yes, so we're just being extra careful.
We're being
But
extra
I
cautious.
did
Your hat's
notice
doing a
that
great
while we
job.
were watching, his head was covering it.
Oh.
The name is not, if that makes sense.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, cover that up with your head.
Okay. All right.
And
so
your big, beautiful witchy hat.
You know what? It's so great. I have this big, beautiful witchy hat. Okay. So this was, like I said, the video got taken down by TikTok. Chirac Malone, I guess how you say this person's name. He's right there. He was smart enough to download it and repost it because, you know, the internet, it lives forever. So, okay, here we go. Here's the video. This is what we need to discuss.
On the original video, here it is.
That's fucked up.
Okay. Now, I will take the moment while I'm here because I don't. Okay. And this text that you can barely see because my hat is covering it. Beautiful. It says, a man named blank orders DoorDash, selects the option to have the order left at the door and sees his DoorDasher, me, has a female name. In parentheses, or quotes, not parentheses, in quotes, she says, falls asleep on the couch, end quote, with his pants and underwear to his ankles, and his front door is wide open in 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is what I see when I have to leave the order. Okay. This is the video.
Guys, 59 is cool, but it is not like freezing cold. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you want a jacket, but that's almost 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not. I'm not gonna try to translate that into Celsius.
Yeah. Okay. And I hope I covered up most of it. You guys let me know.
It looks like you did.
I think I did.
You covered up all the text.
Yeah. Which was what I was trying to do. But what I will describe is this man is sitting here. Hold up. I'm trying to find it because he's. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You did not need to zoom in. Thank you. Okay. So he's sitting here with a long sleeve jacket. Not jacket, a long sleeve shirt. This guy is covering up his, you know what, and his bare legs are hanging out. Okay? You know how, like, sometimes you sleep with your arm over your face? And so he's sleeping with his arm over his face. He's got a long sleeve, either navy or black shirt on, and then nothing going on right here. And his door is once again wide open for her to set the food down and walk away. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. And I wanted to play her I guess response because people had questions, but I thought I would we could discuss the video, you know, outright in a moment.
So
yeah.
Here are facts. Girl walks up with a delivery order, door is open, dude is on the couch, asleep, allegedly, maybe possibly asleep, and he is wide open for the world to see.
Those are all
She
facts.
records it. Those are all the facts. Some speculation is that the door was ajar when she walked up and she pushed it open. There's a lot of people on a lot of videos that are saying that. However, there has been no video evidence that we've been able to find anywhere of that. Some people said she said that in her very, very first video that she posted after this one, her like follow-up video, but then that one got taken down. Um, and then, she goes back and says the door was wide open. And so
Yeah.
is that is stuff you might like if you go to like look at any of the videos, you might come across that.
Yeah.
That
But
is just more
basically,
speculation.
right now, what we're looking at is a girl walking up, and if this is what you would consider a crime, because he is in his house, this is the nuance of the conversation, but the door is wide open,
Yes. And okay, now see, because this is our job too. This is what we do. And I can tell you, and this would be, we could have an entire stream where, I don't know, we're on like Minecraft or whatever, and where you're just telling you Uber tales.
Yeah.
We have put ourselves in some situations that were a little dicey.
Mm-hmm.
Some were really funny. And
personally, I would have seen that door open, and if there was like nothing going on, I too would have taken out my phone and immediately started recording for my own protection. So that, that's what I would do. I don't know that I would have walked all the way up to the door. I may have left it by the steps, but that is what I would have done,
I think that I would have not gone in the direction. I would have tried to call or to message him first, personally, and be like, hey, I'm delivering your food, but I noticed your door is open. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I would call. And then if I didn't receive anything, I'm calling Uber and being like, hey, I'm trying to deliver this to this guy. And like, I don't know, his door is open. It's kind of weird. I don't feel safe
Yeah.
leaving this by his door. I can leave it at the bottom of the stairs.
See, I could see me taking that risk. I could see me walking up to the steps with my phone ready to record and setting the food down and walking away with my eyes on the door the whole time. I could see me doing that. So in my mind, I'm not upset that she walked up to the door, and I'm not upset that she set it down by the door to take a picture and whatnot. And I'm also not upset that she recorded it and reported it as she should report it.
Because that's a very, like, scary thing, especially as a woman. And she looks very young, comparatively. Yeah. I mean, like, no. I might take the food and attempt to walk up to the door, and I probably would do that too. I might not. It depends on how I'm feeling. Do I feel like I wanna deal with Uber right now?
You weigh your options to decide whether or not you're willing to take that risk. Just the other day, Missy and I were in the car together, and we were delivering a package, and they were these really big trays of food, like catering trays.
It was like a catering order.
Yeah. And we picked up from one house, and we drove like, I don't know, it was a ridiculously long trip.
I think it was 50 miles.
Was it 50 miles? We drove a long ways for, and for a good amount of money, but still, we get there and she's all by herself. And so Missy and I and her she invites us inside to drop the food off at her kitchen counter. The food is burning hot, okay? Because we've been keeping them in the hot bags. So, I mean, just the other day, I made the executive decision to walk into this woman's house, invited, and not drop it, but place it on her kitchen counter. If
There were 3 of them, and they were heavy and they were big.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. So, yes, there are many situations where you put yourself in harm's way. Should you ever agree to go into somebody's house? No, never. And so that was a mistake I made this week, but nothing happened. She was a very sweet woman. She actually asked Missy if I was her daughter.
I said, that's not my daughter, that's my wife. Which, I mean,
which made me feel good.
yeah. Yeah. So Nishi says, so far, my only criticism from her side is doxing him in the video. Since she posted, she should have censored the name. There's also speculation that she did the address, but we're not 100% clear on that.
Okay, so a lot of people say that they saw another video. Again, I have been looking at this video for 3 days. I have been watching and seeing how it escalates, Missy, I need a word.
How it plays out.
How it plays out, thank you. And I have been watching it. I have yet to see an address in a video.
Yeah.
And they also say that she pushed the door open, that it was only open a crack, and that she pushed the door open in order to get a better look, and that this is the second half of the video. But I have yet to see any proof of a different video that they're talking about. So I'm disregarding
all of that
those.
Is speculation.
I'm disregarding those because if they were true, where are the videos? You know?
Exactly.
You say you saw a video, but there's no evidence of it.
Oh, but don't you know that my cousins, uncles, nephews, brothers, best friend's former roommate lives in those apartments?
Yeah.
And she totally saw the whole thing. That's kind of what some of the speculation is. But if you go and it comes across it and you look in the comments, those might be some things that come in the comments. So that's one of the reasons I'm mentioning them.
Yeah.
Those are not the facts of the situation. They are just conjecture.
Yes.
They are just speculation. I'm enjoying that word conjecture today.
You are. You've said it like 4 times today.
I have.
It's a big word.
It's a big word. So, as a woman, it's a very disturbing thing to walk up and to have the door wide open, and there it is.
So
there he is.
Have you ever had a situation similar to this by the name of Big and Ins and Daddy?
Oh, yes. Okay. I wasn't sure if we were including stories. Or
well, I figure we would throw some stories in,
Okay, so this was early on in Ubering, and I don't even know how he managed to get this, but the name that I was picking up for was Big Daddy.
This is not even a lie. This was his name, Big Daddy.
It was Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Was the name.
We don't even have to filter because that was already his name on Uber. Yeah. And you know that ain't his real name.
I'm like, I don't know how you manage that, but okay. So we pick up the food, we drive there, and it's a house. And this older guy, probably 60s or 70s, he opens the door and he's not wearing clothes. The only thing he's wearing is a very short pink robe that is not very well closed. And he was very nice. But I'm just standing there and I'm like handing his food, going, "Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down." Nope, nope, nope. Here you go, sir. Have a good day. It was very disturbing because it's like, oh, okay, you answered the door in a what I can only imagine was the possible thing that happened is, oh shit, Uber's here. Grabbed the first thing he could find, which was a little robe, threw it on.
Like a
I don't
kid's
know.
robe.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is, that's a very it's a disturbing thing. Okay, you're not expecting it, and it's like his junk was barely covered by the robe. And I mean, eh, if a wind blew ever so slightly, hello, my name is Indigo Montoya.
You killed
Nice
my
to meet
father.
ya.
Prepare to die.
And so yes, I've been in a somewhat similar sort of situation. I handed him his food, said have a good day, turned and walked away, got in the car and said, "You will not believe what I just saw." Nishis goes, technically those are allegations because people are claiming to have seen the video. It would be speculation if people said it could have happened.
Ah, yes,
Yes,
allegations.
you are
correct.
You are correct. You are correct. Those are allegations. I will reword things correctly. But yes. So I delivered to an older guy in a little pink robe and nothing on underneath.
I will say that these kinds of things actually happen a bit more than one would like to. People be wildin', okay?
The amount of people who have answered their door in their underwear.
Oh, so many people, But I can say I have only ever seen one person's junk one time. And I should have reported it, but honestly, it was early on in Uber driving time. Uber Eats time, really early. They just came to. They didn't even do nicknames, okay? So if you ever get an Uber driver pickup for Micah, that might be me nowadays. But originally, they forced you to go by your government name, okay? And the only thing I'm going to tell you is that my government name is a male name because my father is funny. I'm just going to say that. And they didn't allow you to change it. So I was driving under my government name. And I pick up an order. I can't honestly tell you what the order was.
I don't even think we had profile pictures yet. Then.
We did not have profile pictures yet. It was so early. You just had a name. That was it. There was no profile picture yet. And they would give you $5 at that time if you had a bad experience. Like the Uber driver. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they were so generous.
If then. It was, honestly, those were the golden days. But there was actually no protection. They didn't care about your insurance. They didn't care about anything. So if I had called to complain, they probably would have just given me $5. But it's on me. I didn't call to complain. But here's my story. He lived on the second floor of an apartment. I remember going upstairs, knocking on his door, because at that time they did not have leave at door. Everything was meet at door. So I knock on his door and he answers the door in a robe, but it's not tied. You can see everything. And he goes, "Oh, I thought you were a dude." And I went, "Sorry, here's your food." And he goes, Thanks. Hold up, let me get you a tip." And he walks back into his apartment. And I'm like, do I run? Do I stay? I kind of want my tip, but at the same time, because at the time, Uber didn't do tips. They only did cash tips. They didn't do tips through the app. So at the time, you had to wait for the customer to give you a cash tip. So he walks back into his apartment. He's inside for like 2 minutes. I think maybe he's putting on pants, because that would be nice. No, he comes walking up, still bare front, with just his robe wrapped around, but like not tied. And then he goes,
At least,
"Oh,
at least Big Daddy tied his rope.
yes, at least Big Daddy tied his robe." And he goes, "Here's your tip." And he hands me a $10. I said, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." And then I turned around and I ran off. And that was the extent of our interaction. I was in my 20s. I think I could have been about this girl's age, honestly. And I did not know how to. Nowadays I would know, report it. You know.
In fact, Uber just introduced a recording your trip feature.
Yeah.
Like built into the app.
But all that comes with experience. I mean, the type of trips that Missy and I have dealt with are
Oh gosh, guys.
wild. Which, I mean, if you guys want to hear some of those stories besides this one, because these are actually quite mild, I'm gonna say. It's wild to say these are the mild ones. If you guys want to hear some of those stories, you guys let us know. We will be happy to tell you all the funny haha stories, all the scary stories, all the just
WTF?
curious stories. Anyways, so those are ours. This girl posted her video onto TikTok with his name, and
she did not censor out his area.
She did not censor out his area. So we've already crossed some lines. Anyways, the internet had a lot of questions. It went quite viral in my neck of the woods on TikTok. And a lot of people had a lot of opinions and they had a lot of questions. So she came back with a response video that has now since been taken down. This is by Renee, and she does like a whole video. We're probably not going to do the whole video because she Oh, thank you for the follow. But she does a full-on crash out after this. But I thought we would see this video. It took me a while to track down, and I wanted to thank Renee for posting it and finding it, because this was not easy to find. But here it is.
And she literally posted that video like today.
Yeah.
Like she literally posted that video just a few hours ago. Yes! Come join the Discord.
Join the Discord. And again, I'll post this entire video because we're not going to go over everything, because we're just really talking about our experience and giving our opinion on the situation. We don't really need to see the crash out, if that makes sense. So we're going to watch this one, another video, and then I think we're going to do DoorDash's response. And we'll probably call it there. But this one's actually really good and I recommend it. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and press play, and this is her response video.
Her original video was removed by TikTok, but someone was able to save it first and they have sent it to me. The DoorDash driver did include the customer's name in her video, but I have muted that part.
2 days ago on October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver, and I got it on video. The customer who committed a crime against me requested that their order be left at their front door, and when I arrived to their house, their front door was wide open. It was 59 degrees Fahrenheit. All of their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles. This person's name and their last initial is. I reported this to DoorDash and the police, and DoorDash luckily banned the customer, but the police are doing nothing. I also posted the video that I have of the proof to TikTok, and after a day and a half of it going completely viral, TikTok took down the video for suggestive content and gave my account a strike. They've also denied my appeal to have it reinstated.
Like I said, that video was removed by TikTok, but someone did comment that she should report it to the police. Here is her reply video.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it here.
Okay.
But-
So first off, go on. Sorry.
But it's taken a turn, wouldn't you say?
Yes, the sheath. The sheath. I was gonna say exactly what the sheath put. My second criticism: she's a victim of sexual harassment, not assault.
That's why we
Frivolous
have
hyperbole
the
of
trigger.
such.
Oh, sorry, go on.
It dilutes the severity of crimes and undermines your argument. Exactly. That's why we had the trigger for all that. And yes, that has been the biggest
Conversation.
I want to say divide. The biggest conversation across TikTok and the internet is she's saying that it was an essay when it wasn't.
She is not wrong in the sense that what was done to her was wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
But but it's wild to call it something like essay, you know? Because it's more like, Missy, you were saying in the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, okay? It's indecent exposure at best.
Yes.
So basically, the guy, he hasn't said anything. DoorDash, like, okay, she says in this video she's about to say the police or said they were going to go.
We'll
talk
get to
him.
it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, but basically though, no, this is allegation, speculation, conjecture. We don't know his side of things. He absolutely 100% possibly could have been, oh, my DoorDasher's a girl. I'm gonna open my door and I'm gonna pretend to be asleep and I'm gonna shock this girl. I'm gonna be literally an asshole and I'm gonna put her in this very uncomfortable situation.
And at best, that's conjecture. That's like, you have to be able to prove that, and you can't, is the problem. That's like highly debated, you know?
From the video that she posted, he's asleep. That's what you see. You see her walking up and her taking a video of this guy in his own home. It's gross. Okay? Now, like walking into that situation as a DoorDash driver, anybody walking into that situation, seeing that, dude, that was not cool.
Not cool at all. No.
Like, also, I mean,
even if, Like, even if he is innocent, okay, let's just like let's just like broaden
Give him the
our
benefit of a doubt.
yeah, give him the benefit of the doubt. Why
The
was the
dude-
door open? Like, why was the door open? Why was the door open? Who sleeps with the door open? Like, I'm not here to victim blame. And at this point, if he truly was asleep and she just videotaped him asleep and then posted it on the internet, then he is also a victim in this situation.
Because, see, here's the thing, guys. She didn't just take the video, okay? Like, the video, that in of itself is not, like, she was put in a very uncomfortable situation. She's rolling her video. Do not blame her. Guys, she posted it to the internet with his name.
With his name, she states that she lives in New York in one of these videos. So now you have a city, a name, and a last initial. Now, some people say that she posted the address. I have yet to see a video where that actually happened. Some people say she
anymore
walks into his apartment. I have not seen her walk into the apartment. I saw her zoom in on him, but not walk in. So
yeah, we haven't seen her. Yeah, we haven't seen the pushing the door open or the posting the address.
So yes, I thought it was an interesting take, and I certainly would not call this essay, as you are correct. It does undermine actual victims that have been through anything. And it should be called what it actually is, which is still a crime.
Harassment and indecent exposure.
But now, in order to prove her story and without covering his face and his nether regions, we have also committed a crime. Because you cannot post explicit content on the internet for people who are just scrolling past to non-consensually see. Does that make sense? I was trying to say that in a way that wouldn't get me banned on YouTube.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, that a male person sends a friend a picture of his little gentleman, and they decide, you know what, I am gonna take this picture of his little gentleman and I'm gonna post it. Okay, well, you didn't ask for that little gentleman's picture, but then you're posting it elsewhere and you're doing something bad also.
Yes, exactly. And if you post that kind of content on the internet, I believe that is a crime.
And it is certainly against
it's distributing photography
corn
on the internet.
It's it's distributing corn.
Yeah, on the internet.
And like what happened to her and walking into that is honestly, that is an absolute no, that's so gross and horrible. And
like
it's
at the end of the day, this could have been a story like what we just did, where we were like, hey, Big Daddy did this.
Revenge corn.
Thank you. Exactly. I was trying to think of the word, but migraine brain today.
Yeah. If I walked into that situation, I took a video, immediately contacting Uber Uber does have a way to allow you to upload pictures and videos as evidence of stuff. I found this out the hard way because somebody wrongly accused me of taking their food that I marked it as delivered, but I never gave the food. That was ridiculous. And I had quite a few long words with Uber about that because I'm like, no. Anyway, so I did nearly 100 deliveries last week, okay? um so like you can upload videos and pictures and stuff, and I would 100% do that because that would be evidence of I was put in a very uncomfortable situation and I am letting you guys know about it. And you know, if I needed to report it to the police, I 100% would. I would not, however, post that video to the internet.
Now, I don't know what DoorDash's like policies are, but I imagine it is somewhat similar to Uber. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to preface this. We're from two different companies.
We're from two different companies. We're Uber Eats, not DoorDash.
Yeah.
So,
but like they do
Uber
take time to protect their customers and their drivers, especially on things such as privacy.
Oh yeah, like we don't get phone numbers, we don't get last names.
It all goes through the system.
Initial,
they use fake phone numbers.
Yeah, we get fed through a proxy.
Yeah.
And
a proxy. Why am I doing this on a migraine day?
I don't know. Sometimes I will get in the note, it says, call me at this number. I never call them at that number because the Uber app has a send them a note through the app, message them through the app, call through the app. I always do everything through the app. Why? Because Uber is monitoring it. Uber can look over it, and Uber will then have the stuff.
Yes.
Okay? Like, I don't know if Uber is actually recording the phone calls or not, but they have record that I made a phone call through their system.
Yes.
So, I do that for my own protection.
Because you guys, I'm sorry, are wilding out there. We have to, because you guys are wilding out there. If you ever want a good story, ask Missy about the underpass story. Not now, but like maybe later.
Guys, I was delivering food to a hotel one time, right?
And that's not the underpass story. You just segued to something else.
You said not now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I knock on the door and they're like, "Oh hey, just come on in." I'm like, "I'm with Uber Eats," and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I think they were expecting more people to show up, but they were like, "Oh, just come on in." I'm like, I'm with Uber, and then the guy's girlfriend berated him for like, "Why are you doing that? Why are you scaring this poor girl like that?"
Backyard shenanigans.
Oh God, the backyard shenanigans. Ask Monty about that one sometime.
Yeah. I do want to say, we talk a lot. Okay, I haven't done this in a while, but somebody made a comment on one of the YouTube videos that we talk too much, and I realize it's been a little while since I did a disclaimer. We're an hour in, but we talk a lot, and if that's just not your thing, please just move on to somebody else. We're a commentary channel, not a reacts channel. I just want to point that out. Okay, look, I said it.
Good job. So, yes. Now, that brings us to the next part of this particular story.
Okay, where she did actually call the police because this person here did say that she should call the police, and rightfully so. Okay? Rightfully so. Because even if DoorDash does something and bans him, that doesn't mean that that Uber or
Not Uber.
any other kind of delivery service knows this incident happened and that he can't, it doesn't mean that he can't do this again, just with a different service. Does that make sense? Like, she should post it to the police so that they know this is going on, so that there is a record of it, so that when he does do it with Uber or with Postmates, wait, Postmates doesn't exist. GoPuff.
Postmates is Uber now.
Yeah. With GoPuff or with, which is also Uber.
Instacart.
Instacart. Does that still exist?
Yes.
I don't know. Or, you know, getting your groceries or whatever. That they need to know so that there's paperwork. So when this incident happens, it shows like reoccurring incidences.
It shows a pattern of behavior.
Also, indecent exposure is a crime. I'm just gonna say that. It's crime. Like, you can't just walk out on the street and, like, drop your pants in front of somebody. That's a crime.
Yeah, I mean, I was driving home from when I worked at the Greek restaurant one time. I stop at this red light. I glance out my window, and there's just a guy taking a whiz. And I'm like, well, I saw that. Can't unsee that. I mean, after
That's
that,
a crime.
That's a crime. Technically, that's a crime.
Yep.
You know, it's like okay. So the thing is that unfortunately you run into this sort of thing, and okay, you know.
Yeah, I do want to go ahead and press play. So,
okay,
yeah, okay.
Over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange.
You know what? Let me go back just a little bit.
Okay.
Over 12 hours ago.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports.
I'm going to pause it right there. Okay, so here's the thing, though. Smaller incidences can be handled quicker.
Yeah.
This is going to have to go up the chain of command.
Also,
This is a bigger incident.
I don't know DoorDash's policy for reporting an incident, but in Uber, they make it really, really hard. But you can call. There is a phone number for you to call and get a hold of an actual human being. They try to hide it, but you can
I have
call.
it saved as a contact.
Yeah, but you can call, and that's what we do. If it would have been a serious incident like this, I would have done it once I was in a safe location. I would have called immediately and talked to a human.
The underpass.
Like the underpass, yes. I would have called immediately and talked to a human. And they will transfer you. Now, again, this is Uber. I don't know DoorDash's policies, but in Uber, they will transfer you up the branch according to how severe the incident is.
We're putting you with the specialist.
They have specialists with Uber.
Yeah,
I'm sure
like
they
the
do with DoorDash.
DoorDash.
I'm sure they do with DoorDash as well. I don't know why. This is, again, not victim blaming. I think it lacks experience is what it is that she should have not done it through a text message. She should have called. That is if you're capable of calling. And
yeah, we don't know how DoorDash works.
And said, hey, this is what happened. I'm sending you the message or the video, and what can we do about it? And then you are with that person to get like immediate attention or immediate care, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And as for the police actually being able to DoorDash what she's alleged to have done. Yes.
Yes.
And okay, now as for the police in this actual situation being able to bring any kind of charges against the guy, that is difficult to say
Because he
because
was
I
in
don't
his
know.
own home.
Yeah, he was in his home.
She'll talk about
asleep.
that. Maybe we should let her
Oh,
talk.
oh yeah, yeah. Let's let her talk. Let's let her tell her story.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for like SA, or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home.
It was an essay.
But after
I'm just
so
gonna
many
say
people
that.
told me to report it to the police, I
That's
did.
where she says where she lives.
Oh, yeah.
Because she said New York State, so
yeah.
that's where she
And
said
I
where
called
she
the
lives.
non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said,
Which is
yeah,
fair.
if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again.
Which is also fair.
And he understood that, the police officer, and then he
100%.
went back out to his car.
Like I said, there is a good possibility that if nothing happened and she didn't do paperwork, he could do this with another delivery service. You know?
Yeah, and like at least that way you make an incident report with the police. Okay, so a few like back in like the end of January, my car got broken into. Okay, and like my ignition switch was wrecked.
Yes.
They like tried to flat out steal the car. I filed a report with the police. Nothing ever came of it. I didn't expect it to. But I made a report with the police to cover it with my insurance and everything else.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes
You know?
it's just better so that you also protect yourself.
You
You
have
know?
your bases covered.
You have your
And yeah.
bases covered.
My insurance paid to fix my car. So
Yeah, and I know that like some places you don't want to talk to the police based upon where you live and whatnot, and this may come from like a place of like privilege, but I 100% believe that if it is safe for you to talk to the police, please, by all means, have them file the paperwork. Okay? Just have them
Yeah.
file the paperwork. There, we had an incident some years back where somebody hit our car in a residential, and it wasn't like it was not too much damage or anything. Well, actually, I lie. We needed a tow truck, didn't we? Was it too much damage? Am I remembering that wrong? Your dad had to come pick us up. Right.
Oh,
No way, Jose. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
No way, Jose.
Yes.
So he hit our car, and the story starts.
Parked on the wrong side of the road. He was.
He was, and he pulled out on the wrong side of the road, and he tried to pull onto the other side of the road and take pictures. Missy and I watched it happen and even videotaped him doing it to send to our insurance company. And then we had to have
taking pictures, and they said, no pictures. Don't take any pictures till we move the car.
Yes.
We took pictures anyway.
We 100% took pictures. Anyway, so we did not have to file any police reports. Let me just state this. But it wasn't until days later, whenever he was upset, that we had sent video footage to our insurance company. Okay?
And we didn't tell them that we were playing on our phone, which we weren't.
He, in this story, could have been upset that she sent video footage to DoorDash. It is always important to call the cops, because in this incident, and I know they're two different incidences, but in this incident, he called me and then threatened me saying, I know where you live, because when you end up in a car accident, you exchange information. And he said, and I'm going to come down there, and he threatened me. So, of course, I drive down to the police station and I file a police report for my protection. Same could be said for her. She has an online presence. She's posted him online. He could be upset. She does need to protect herself by driving to the police station and at least filing paperwork. That way, if something were to happen to her, that...
Or if he is reported for a similar incident in another
Exactly.
time?
Or if he is reported for a similar incident, you're correct, that they have a pattern of behavior, or that they have a suspect if somebody were to attack her.
Exactly.
Yeah. So by all means, yes, go report it to the police. Nobody is arguing against this video. I'm just going to state that. Please take care of yourselves.
Yes.
And then he came back to me and he told me, like, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but like it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if that there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house. And
Fair.
Specifically, he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or like his window with it out or whatever.
But he can
It's like,
file an incident report.
Like, how likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on. It's freezing outside.
Okay. So I'm sorry guys, but the 15-minute, is that 15 minutes after she picked it up? Because I'm going to say
from the time she took the order.
Or from the time she took the order. Because, guys, I can tell you that there are times where we have picked up an order and it has been sitting for over an hour.
I'm inclined to believe her, but I also would like to see the timestamp from when the order was made.
I don't know if DoorDash does that, but Uber, we can see time. And sometimes I've had orders that I did one order and then I picked up the other order, but then the order that I picked up after the first order is below that one in the order of the trips I've done that day. Because let's say I picked up one order at 3:00 and then the next trip I pick up, it shows that order was originally placed at, say, 2:00, but that order has been sitting around for an hour. So it may have been 15 minutes from the time she got the thing, but not necessarily 15 minutes from the time. And honestly, guys, we've had people wake up super tired and
we've
answer
had
the
people
door
be surprised to see us because they ordered something like 2 hours ago.
And they were like, we didn't think we were even gonna get it. Yesterday, quite literally, the restaurant made a comment going, "Oh wow, you're the third driver," and I don't know why none of the other drivers didn't take the food or whatever. But by the time I delivered this food to this woman answers the door with a sandwich.
Yeah. I don't know on DoorDash, but with Uber, you can see the timestamp from when they ordered. So sometimes, after we've delivered, we don't see it in transit, but after we've delivered and the order is finished, the timestamp shows up from when the order was originally placed. So we can tell that you were waiting for that order for at least 2 hours.
A long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we don't know anything about him. You're right. He could have been drunk. He could have had medication that made him sleepy. He could have been waiting on that order for 2 hours. It could have been 15 minutes from the time she got the order placed. Again, that does not excuse the fact that the door was open and where he was situated
That's just
on the couch.
that just gets absolute wild to me. See, that's another thing. You can speculate. Or you can say, did he live alone? Did he have a roommate that like left the door not closed all the way, and maybe they had a pet got out and the door was wide open because the pet got out? Or guys, there are cats who can open the door,
Yes.
you know? And like, no. Oh, I absolutely agree. We're not defending him either. It's just definitely pointing out things.
Because
Prosecuting him would be hard.
even if say a roommate walked out and the door bounced and opened, whatever, and she walks up and the door's open and she sees him, at the end of the day it's still a crime, just without intent. At the end of the day, you still have to prove intent for it to be prosecuted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
but it's still wrong, and what he did to her was still wrong, which was exposing himself to her. That's still traumatizing to somebody who was not aware they were walking in on that.
Yeah, it's like
we're not belittling that. That did happen to her.
What happened to her was horrible. It was a terrifying experience that I can understand because I've been in similar kind of experiences. Not quite like this exactly, but I mean, we both just gave examples.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have been there.
Yeah.
And so, but where she went horribly wrong
was posting it to the internet.
That video to the internet.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Which in itself is a crime. Okay.
Yes.
Like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism.
Uh-huh.
That was something against my own will.
You're correct in that.
Man.
Yes.
Oh, and I forgot to say, the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is,
But in that sense, I'm just going to state real quick before I let her continue, posting it without any filters to the internet for everybody to see without their consent is also a crime, and you just did what he did to you, but to thousands of people that saw it.
Millions, maybe. Even.
Millions of people that saw
here's
it.
The
okay,
thing.
that was all I was going to say about it.
If she wanted to relay the story and she wanted to make a TikTok, that is, like, by all means, you had something happen to you that you did not ask.
Yes, please tell us your story.
But it's just the way she went about by posting the video to the internet. She could have just been like done like from her car and been like, guys, you will not believe what just happened. I am shooketh.
Yeah.
I was delivering this order and there was this guy and there he was.
Oh, sure. People do it all the time.
Oh, absolutely. I see that all the time. I don't know if the police really could do much in this situation, but she absolutely is right to file a report.
I'm gonna let her finish. Yeah, I'm gonna let her finish.
He has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family.
That's
Anybody
true.
Could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances.
That's also true.
With your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child.
Okay.
Anybody could come up on your porch and see that.
But it's not assault.
Yes.
That's not assault.
That's not assault. No. I can see how she maybe feels like it is, like, because what happened to her is traumatizing, but it's not like he didn't physically touch her. And I'm not going to get into like the definition, but it's just, it's not the right word to use. It
Fair.
feels downgrady to other victims that have actually been through it. And I know downgrady is not the right word. Again, migraine brain. Disregarding. Other victims.
Yeah, it's
yeah. But at the end of the day, what she did go through was probably quite traumatic for her. And she does have a right to tell her story. You know? Nobody's arguing that. I don't think. No. I hope nobody's arguing that. Okay. And she is making really good points, because if she wasn't the target audience for that kind of content to be placed upon her, she is right. Somebody else could have walked by and seen it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It could have been a mom with small kids, or, you know, a dad with small kids, or a teenager, or literally anybody.
Yeah. All of what she is saying is very true. Okay.
She's making a lot of valid points.
Yes.
Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim.
Yep.
In her next video, she is visibly angry that DoorDash has deactivated her account.
Yes.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without
That's so sad.
Why.
Yeah.
So my chances of getting my account back, they have my...
Like, you can tell how upset she actually is right now. And I feel really, really bad for her on this. But at the same time, she still did something that was really messed up and really wrong. And she shouldn't have done that. And there should be repercussions for posting somebody who is naked on the internet.
And there are certain things and policies that I'm only going with Uber, and the privacy of a customer, you are not supposed to
post somebody's name, share their information to the internet, you know, any of that.
We if we ever do tell Uber stories, we give nicknames. Although in the case of that one guy,
Big Daddy,
he gave himself a nickname.
He gave himself a nickname. If that's your government name, I'm so sorry.
All right, like that guy that I had a thing with in my 20s briefly, whose real name was Draco.
Hey, how you doing, Draco?
You know. So like, he even showed me his like driver's license and everything. He goes, "No, see, it's actually my name." I'm
not
like,
Big
okay.
Daddy, not Big Daddy,
not
Draco.
Big Daddy, no. This was a guy that I very briefly had like, you know, some situationship with in my like early 20s.
Situationship.
Yeah. So, you know, and I think she's about to crash out here pretty hard, and we're not going to watch all of that.
We can watch this video because I think it's important to see her upset at losing, like, her job, which is fair. But I'm not gonna there's all these other videos of her, like, being upset, crashing out, trying to tell her story. You guys can go all watch that if you want. I will post the video
that in the Discord.
If you're interested in it. But I didn't want to show her in too much of a negative light, just like I didn't want to show him in too much of a negative light, because in my opinion, they're both victims. You can be guilty. You can be guilty of a crime and still be a victim. He could have showed himself to her, and she could have also posted him
to the internet.
And she could have also posted him to the internet. Both of those are crimes. Both of those
do not make a
are
right.
traumatic for each person. And so yeah. Anyways.
So We don't need to show her crashing out.
Yeah, but I will
We're
show
gonna-
this one video. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post the video in the Discord if y'all wanna watch the rest of it. She says people need to learn from doctors and lawyers. They take confidentiality very seriously because it is, and they are still able to discuss clients without violating it.
Exactly. And you guys, you sign over a contract when you are an Uber driver.
Yeah.
When you take the job, there are paperwork for you to sign. That includes private and confidentiality agreements.
Yeah.
You can tell your story. You can't tell people where they live, what their name was, any kind of like distinguishing features. Okay.
Like, all right.
My money in that account. I was working. I
Okay,
was
hold up.
without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
That's the video where I noticed a majority of comments were of people saying that they have canceled their DoorDash account. In her
I'm not going to show the next one. I think that goes without a saying. I don't think that they should hold her money hostage. She did do the job and she worked for it, and they should send her the money that she made for that week or whatever, however long that she had it.
Time to have to actually send her like a physical check or something, because if they deactivated her account, they may not have information to be able to deposit.
You know, that is actually a really good point, because you're right.
So,
well, I think if they deactivated the account, they probably have her information.
Probably.
Yeah.
But like,
you may be right. They may send her a physical check in the mail.
Yeah. You know, like your final check kind of thing. I don't know how DoorDash works.
I don't know either, and I've never been fired from Uber, and I don't plan on it.
No, and I don't even like really Uber pays us like weekly. Like all the money gets cashed out weekly. That like hardly ever happens because we just cash out daily.
Yeah. And again, this is all her talking about it, fighting DoorDash, and crashing out, basically, from it. I'm not going to play it all, like I said, because it's pretty much a lot of the same thing, and because we don't have anything, like, to do with that part of the process. Yeah. Again, Missy and I have never been fired from Uber, and we don't plan on it, so we don't know the fire process of DoorDash or Uber, or we can't really relate with this part of it, if that makes sense.
Like, I mean, that is our main source of income is Uber Eats. That's how we're paying bills. So her being upset about that, I can understand. But the thing is, DoorDash actually did respond.
Yes, and yes, you are right. And she should have stopped making a video and talked to a lawyer and not continue. But
she seems really young.
Yeah, she is very young.
And not everyone realizes this.
Yeah, and sometimes we make mistakes, and I think it's important to acknowledge that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to go to the DoorDash video. It's here. Okay, and I'm gonna...
And this is actually from DoorDash's TikTok.
Yeah, it was posted 2 days ago. This is from DoorDash's TikTok. This is their response. Because, again, like this video said, everyone was going to DoorDash and canceling their subscription, they were asking DoorDash, hey, what's up? Why aren't you taking care? Because everybody saw her crashing out video and went, what do you mean you were SA'd? And did not see the previous videos because TikTok had taken those videos down. So everybody saw the
Context
crash
matters.
out video. And like, so and
that has people thinking, oh my gosh, this girl went to go make a delivery and it was a lot of,
was
it was
attacked.
bad.
It was
It
made
was
out to
bad
be
what
something that
happened.
didn't happen.
Yes.
It was still bad. You're correct.
It was bad. But there's like, okay, so you know when like you touch hot food and it's hot and then your hand hurts, that's a burn, right?
Yeah.
And that hurts. But like there's certain degrees to a burn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you put your hand directly on the oven, directly on the stove, and like you have that burn imprint of the burner on your stove now. That really hurts. There's certain degrees. A burn is bad, but there's certain degrees of a burn that are worse than others.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's still a burn, but you know, and so you see her crashing out going, oh my gosh, I got fired, and you know they're not doing anything, and
Which fair for her to crash out from losing her
100%.
job. But
100%.
also very fair for DoorDash to have fired her.
Yes.
Yeah, because there are repercussions to your actions, unfortunately.
And that's why we showed the first original video first.
Okay, and in this one,
context matters.
I will state, and most of you will not understand what I am talking about, but Missy, when you finally actually finish it, how many commas do you see in this video?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I see. Okay, I see. I see a few.
Two.
There's one, but
three, four.
But they're in appropriate places.
4.
The commas are in appropriate places. I am still editing, guys.
6.
And there are
7,
some more.
8.
There are more down. Yeah.
9, 10.
10.
How many did the other one have? Like 30?
Yes.
This is an appropriate number of commas. Let me just say. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you know, you know.
I cannot believe you segued into that. I cannot believe you segued in.
When Missy finally finishes editing, you guys go watch that video. Anyways, so this says DoorDash posted this 3 days ago. Yeah, Missy, if you want to read it, you can.
Okay, because I know sometimes the vision.
Yeah, but they posted this 2 days ago from the time that I am recording this, which is October 18th, 2025. So
it says, we've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience SA, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and have been in direct contact with law enforcement. Is prepared.
Sorry.
And it's fully. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers, while we investigated. We also ensure that the Dasher has full access to their earnings. We know these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know if you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support. So,
Which
didn't
is a beautiful worded statement
Yeah.
and response.
Here's looking at you, V Shoujo.
Sorry.
But she didn't lose her job because she reported. She lost her job because she posted the video.
Yes.
Because she named him.
Yes.
She gave out details. She posted his nude nether regions to the internet.
Yes. As she should have lost her job. I'm sorry to say. There should have been reprimands at the very least.
Well, yeah,
but
no,
yes, she should have lost her job.
Yeah. It's a terrible situation all around. I feel really bad for her. Like, to be in that situation that she was in.
I feel bad for her too, because nobody wants to be in that situation.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm delivering food. I don't expect to see an older gentleman in a robe, and you certainly didn't expect a guy to be in an open road and go.
I just want to know what that guy, my guy, not her guy, my guy, would have done if I were a dude. Which just goes to show that it does happen to more than just females in this career. And everybody should be careful.
Yeah, we're still extremely careful. And honestly, we have been doing Uber Eats since 2016, since the summer of 2016.
Yeah, we were little itty bitties. Yeah.
And so we've
guys, next year it will have been 10 years.
Yeah. And it's been a part-time job. It's been a full-time job.
Right now it's a full-time job.
Right now it's a full-time job.
Maybe next time it'll be a part-time job. But it has gotten us through some hard times. It really has.
There is a certain freedom in it because, like, guys, my dad was really sick from 2019 until when he passed in July. And it gave me the chance to be able to work around his doctor's appointments, his treatments, and everything. The same thing has been said for Monty and my own health.
Yeah.
That we've had these health struggles for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
I know yours started on your birthday.
Mine started
in
for
2021.
4 years ago, almost.
Yeah.
Almost 4 years ago in 11 days.
Yeah. But
in case you guys wanted to know, my birthday is in 11 days.
And we've been discussing a what now, Monty?
We were thinking about doing a 12-hour stream on the 30th, which is the day after my birthday and the day before Halloween. So if you guys want a 12-hour stream, by all means, let us know. We'll probably do it anyways, but we would like the support.
Yeah. So, but there's a certain freedom in it, but there's also danger.
There is, yeah. Wild stories, you guys. Wild.
We have some absolutely crazy incidents.
If you guys want story time with Monty and Missy, by all means, let us know. We will be happy to give you story time with Monty and Missy.
Yeah,
you can ask us about the underpass. You can ask us about Have a Ball story. You can ask us about Zero Frax Guy and Zero Frax Guy 2, the sequel.
I couldn't answer the phone. My hands were wet.
Oh yeah, my hands were wet, girl. I loved her. She was amazing.
The back alley pizza.
Oh, back alley. You broke your phone on that one.
That entire trip was a whole thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And she
Give
says,
us a
"Give
story time with Monty. Okay.
I can give
let's
y'all
see.
I can give y'all a small little one.
You know what?
Was-
No. I know the perfect one because it ties in with the story.
Okay.
And it's you, so you're gonna have to tell it. But it's
Okay.
Sailor Moon and Sailor
I was
Uranus.
just about to say that.
Yes!
That is exactly
Twins!
what I was
Oh wait,
about
not twins, because that would be weird. But
No,
like
that would be weird. But
like-minded individuals.
like-minded individuals. So, like, guys, I was delivering food this one time, and like, this was before the leave at door thing happened because of COVID.
It happened in 2020.
It happened in 2020.
Before
and
that, there was no such thing as leave at door.
Yes.
There was, what was it? We used to call it something. Like when you pick up from the car.
Meet in car.
Oh, what did we call it?
It was a
Meet
wick.
at car. Oh,
Waiting
wick.
car.
Waiting car.
Waiting car.
Yeah, wick. We used to call it a wick.
Yeah. It's a waiting car because they would come, like, we would wait in the car and then they would, like, meet us outside and, like, we would just hand it to them and it was great. But, like, okay, so this.
So way back in the day, I also want to preface that Missy and I would alternate. She would do 4 hours and then and I would sit in the passenger seat, and then I would do 4 hours and she would sit in the passenger seat. That's what was going on during this time. That's why I'm also in the story, but not in the story, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
So I left her in the car.
Yeah.
And I take this food, and it's an apartment, and getting the food, that wasn't a problem. Guy opens the door, and I am met by Sailor Moon and Sailor Uranus on a couch. Guys, they're blow-up dolls. The guy is fully dressed. Okay, like, the guy is, like, fully dressed. And I'm staring at them. And I'm like, well, dude, you certainly, I mean, I didn't say this to him or anything, but I'm, like, thinking to myself, at least he has good taste, because those so happen to be my two favorite characters from Sailor Moon.
Sailor Uranus isn't even bi.
No,
She's
no.
gay,
I'm
like full on gay.
Oh, they were cousin. They were girls and cousins too.
They were girls and cousins too. Hey, you did your Serena voice.
They're girls and cousins too. Yeah. So, like, it's like, sir. Exactly, sir. I you have good taste, but Sailor Uranus is not for you. Sailor Uranus is a lesbian.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's just like, it's like, okay, I guess he's having a party.
It was a tea party, you guys.
He ordered sushi.
But it was a tea party.
Which makes it even funnier. He ordered sushi. I just remembered that. That's what he ordered. He ordered sushi.
And she just came downstairs and looked at me and said, I didn't even know they had Sailor Moon and Sailor Uranus blow-up dolls. And I went, what?
And so, I mean, it's like, they were just there, mouths wide open, tiaras, a minuscule version of their Sailor Fakus, and they're blown up Chloe.
Wait, were they like painted on versions of it, or were they actually wearing like blow-up doll clothes of like the Sailor Moon outfit?
It was all the plastic.
Okay.
All the plastic on there. He didn't have them up close. They were just sitting up on the couch.
just chill. You know what? He was probably really lonely and just wanted to
I don't
talk
know.
to somebody.
I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge because I will never judge that. I will never judge. I don't. I try not to judge, and I'm not judging this guy. I mean, and he didn't do anything inappropriately because he just he answered his door. He was fully clothed. It just so happens that there were two sailor, scout, Senshi, soldier, whatever version you're gonna call them. I go with the original 90s dubbed version because that's my age is showing. But like, yeah, he just had them on the couch, but it's funny.
Yes.
But it's also one of those that is like, is it appropriate? He was waiting on the rest of the team to arrive. So
there you go.
so
It's
you-
a teeny tiny little Monty
It's a
and Missy
little-
story of Ubering.
And it, yeah. So yeah, no, guys, we have maybe over like I don't know Minecraft or something.
Yeah, you guys could ask us about them. Oh, there is one more that is also really, really, really short. And it was also Missy Ubering. She gets all the fun ones, you guys. And it was a boba tea place. And we drive up to this boba shop and we're minding our own business. We're having a good day. It's early in the morning. It's like breakfast early in the morning, which I was like, okay, cool, boba. It's like, I don't know.
We were driving 10 miles to deliver this boba.
We were driving quite a ways away. Missy and I pull up, we go in, and or she goes in, and I'm waiting in the car because I'm driving. We do that on the weekends. I drive on the weekends, and she does the Ubering. Allegedly, if Uber is listening, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And
I do all my own stunts.
anyways, so she walks in and she gets these bobas. There's like, I don't know, were they like 4 or 6 of them? There were a lot of bobas.
There were 4 of them.
Four of them.
It was like 4 of them. It was like a whole, like.
And this boba place, I think if I say it, you guys might know if you live in the area. I'm not actually sure if they're a franchise. Are they a franchise?
I'm not sure.
Anyways, but they have, you know how the boba has like the paper or the plastic top on the cup that gets sealed
like
and
seals in
the liquid? Well, printed on the plastic cup is the words "have a ball." And Missy and I were just giggling the entire time because of the address that we were delivering this to. Missy, do you want to tell them what the address is?
Yes. Guys.
We're not going to tell you the address, just be generic.
Not the address, just where it was. Guys, we delivered the boba tea to a strip club.
And all the bobas have a ball
on it. And we were laughing and giggling so hard because our minds are a dirty, dirty place.
It was so fun, and they were so sweet. And I think they tipped us like $20 that day. They were so much fun.
Yeah, they were all really, really sweet.
And they were just so excited to see us drive up and give them their bobas.
Yeah, and they were like, and they also kind of giggled at the have a ball.
Yeah. It was just a good time had by all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not all scary, you guys. We have a lot of fun doing this job. It's just you also have to be aware that it's dangerous and to always be prepared and to protect yourselves. Record it. Of course, record it. Send it to DoorDash. Let them know what's going on. Or Uber and let them know what's going on. But by all means, do not post this man who is buck wildin' to the internet.
I will leave y'all with one more story that is kind of bittersweet. And this happened this last week. Uber delivers alcohol. I deliver alcohol, Monty doesn't. It's too much human interaction for Monty.
Yes.
Because you have to scan you scan their ID, get a signature, and there's a lot of steps. So we pick up this beer and we're delivering it, and we're met by a guy, and this guy is just distraught. And I'm going through the process, and he just kind of looks at me and goes, "My dad just died." And I'm going about my day, and you aren't necessarily, it's like, huh? And I just kind of look at him and I go, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And he's like, he talks about, how hard it is. He's trying to be strong for his family. He has a brother that relies on care. And he's like, as a man, he has to be strong, and it's harder for him not to show his feelings. And I'm like, I lost my dad in July. And he's like, "So you get it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he asked me, "Can I have a hug?" And normally, guys, I'm not the most, I don't mind being hugged by people who I know and I'm comfortable around. But I don't know. I let this guy have a hug. Okay? He really seemed like he needed a hug. And, we finish our interaction, and I just tell him, just keep hanging in there. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. Just keep hanging there. And he goes, "I don't know about any of that." He goes, "But that hug sure meant a lot." I don't normally hug the people that I deliver stuff to, okay? That was like a one-time kind of interaction.
Yeah, but
in that
you
moment,
made his day.
yeah, that guy, I don't know if he lost him that day, the day before, that didn't matter. It was one of those, he needed comfort, and sometimes the comfort from a stranger. He needed somebody who could understand.
Yeah.
And I got back in the car, and I'm trying not to cry. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry because it didn't seem like he had a lot of support to be able for his own feelings. He's trying to be the support, and it's like, I also understand that. Trying to
Yeah.
be the support. And I was really lucky that I had so many people who have helped me the last few months through my grief. And I'm just
And you got
happy.
to return.
I got to
not return, but pay it forward.
Pay that forward. I got to pay that forward.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's one of the things that's this job. It can be scary, it can be funny, and then you just have this completely unexpected interaction where you are just able to make somebody's really horrible, sad situation, you're able to give them just a little bit of comfort.
Sometimes just bringing them food and being a kind face and a nice word here and there is all somebody needs that day. So
yeah. So
it's important to take that. It's important to take the job seriously because moments like that matter.
Yeah, because in that moment, that hug meant everything.
Yeah. Well, that was the DoorDash incident. That's what I'm calling it, the DoorDash incident, because that's what it was an incident that I think DoorDash handled it appropriately. I think that the Dasher handled it somewhat appropriately until we started
uploading it to the internet.
And the dude has yet to be heard from. He hasn't told his side of the story. I think it would be interesting if he did, but I doubt we'll ever hear his side of the story.
And I can't blame him for that at all.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we'll see you guys for the next reacts. I know this one was a little bit different, and we should be back to our regularly scheduled program of Kitchen Nightmares at a later date. I think I was planning on doing one more Rotten Mango in the next one, but we'll probably do more Kitchen Nightmares after that, just so you guys know what's happening. Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye.